Okay, Amir Shah is with us, and to his left shoulder, left, who's with you, but who's right beside you?
My father.
He's just there for moral support.
And he's dad, and he hasn't seen my movie. He doesn't know that he knows it's called Let's Make It a Blockbuster Night, but he doesn't know anything really about the film. So the fact that he's hearing the interview is going to give him more insight and intuition of the entire uh, construction of the film and everything Toronto's doing.
All right, so I would consider this an art house movie. Is that a fair assessment?
It absolutely is, and it's also it's avant-garde and it's art house. I would say it's a combination of both.
So, would like, is this your first feature film that you've made?
It is.
How was the experience?
Overwhelming and unreal and stressful and demanding. It was. I shot that. I began production in Florida where I'm originally from during COVID, and I was quarantined in Miami with my father. And I was in a hurry of casting actors. There was no script. There was no pre-production meeting. There wasn't really an urgency for a pre-production meeting because I was wearing an N95 mask going to the park to direct Ariane Cespedes, my Cuban American actress, and my black male actor Dondre Tuck that are in the beginning of the film. So because there was no pre-production, a lot of it was intuitive, like intuition. 70% of the film was improvised, even though I wrote notes in my MacBook Pro.
Mhm.
So a lot of scenes in the film were half scripted and half improvised, and I started. This all started out with me just getting Ariani to do the monologue in Italian, and I was actually doing an advertisement for the Super Bowl. That's what I initially was going to do. I was going to do an advertisement for the Super Bowl in Italian with a beer, a beer, an alcoholic beverage. What turned out was I had more ideas flowing through me, and the ideas turned into a narrative story. I watched the first 25 minutes of the film, and I thought to myself, it's not a commercial. This isn't an art house thriller.
So, what were you going to do the commercial for? Like, you were going to do it for a beer company,
I was
or
going to do it for a beer company. Started out that way, and then it turned out that uh,
no? We
it.
got you. You're here.
Hey,
We're still there. Yeah,
yeah, it's my sister. Being, I should have gone upstairs.
yeah.
It turned out to be a narrative story. It turned out to be an experimental thriller. Basically, an idea flipped a 360-degree angle, and it turned into a full feature film. Yeah, it was supposed to be a beer commercial for a Super Bowl, and it turned out to be a feature film.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
And then, so it just kind of you like this seems like everything was improvised along the way, I guess, right? Like you said, you had like, and how long did it take you to make the film? How long was the journey?
I stopped production during the pandemic, and then 2 to 3 years passed. And then when I came to New York, I resumed production. So I would say about uh, this film is a little bit over 3 years in the making. Yeah,
And so, why did you start production again after a couple, 3 years?
I completely. I went kind of berserk because film festivals like the Cannes Film Festival, the Venice International Film Festival, Toronto, I was going nuts and berserk, and I woke up one day. I thought to myself, what the hell happened to my art house film? What happened to Let's Make It a Blockbuster? And I went into my MacBook Pro. I went into the Final Cut Pro, and I just went through the footage, and I was devastated in a in an awestruck way, and I was overjoyed that I completely forgot I created this, and then I had to finish it. I forced myself to finish it, so forced it into a feature film. I had to gather more ideas and shoot more footage, edit more footage, and shoot more scenes to become what it is now.
So, what do you like? It's 80 minutes. It's very kind of arty. I guess that's the best way to describe it. Some interesting elements in it, of course. But what would you describe? Like, how would you describe this film? What are you trying to say in the film, thematically?
I'm trying to give people a another way to look into the looking glass mirror, to fully look at the scope of what entertainment is, what entertainment means, and how and why originality has turned rancid. Oh, and over the, and the irony of the plot, which is like the lollipop advertisement,
Mm,
and how the construction of the sweetness of candy or of sugar uh, is holding humanity back to come up with substance and something that is unique and different.
gotcha.
Mhm.
So the term, like the title of the film, "Let's Make It a Blockbuster Night," that's something that I don't know how old you are, but in my generation, that's a thing. You would go to a video store and rent something. Let's make it a blockbuster night. Obviously, in the last 15, 20 years, that doesn't exist anymore. So the term is like it's almost like a Generation X term, I guess. That's how I would describe it.
It absolutely is. It's an ironic statement because I'm telling people ironically, why don't we make it a blockbuster night? Why don't we have a festival together and look at the canvas, look at a movie in a different fashion, and people can interpret the film in many ways that they can, and they can look at it to see what an entertainment means to them, what a story means to them, and where is the plot, how is the plot structured. And some people can even tell me that if there's no story, there's no plot, it's not a movie, which is what I've been told by a few people, and it doesn't bother me. The idea is that people can see this multiple times and make their own interpretation of it. I want to transfer this movie to Blu-ray, or DVD, so people can have copies of it and look at it as many times as they want.
Yeah, but who has Blu-ray or DVD now?
That's a good question. I mean, in Brooklyn, it's called Night Owl Video in Williamsburg. They actually do sell Blu-ray and DVD players because the DVD, the physical copies of movies have come back. I know that store carries it.
Oh, in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. Like, okay, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm familiar with it, but that's like probably the only one, I guess, in the five boroughs.
Correct. Yeah, yeah. I don't know if they're on eBay. They sell them there, but there's memorability. People can purchase DVDs and Blu-ray in a player and see it in their own, at home as many
But it's
times
one
as
of
they
those
want.
things where, like, I think I have a Blu-ray in my closet, but it's
Mhm.
it didn't. Then things get remember like it was you get damaged like a disc. It's like a CD disc. It would get damaged, scratched, or whatever like that. It would skip.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I know. Yeah, yeah.
even when you rented it, right? So
Yeah, but I'm a person. I mean, fans of the film. I mean, there will be a lot of fans of the film that will want to keep the movie, in their collection so they can see it again. So
yeah, and you got some, I guess, scandally. Like you got some male nudity in it.
yes, I
Fair to
did
say.
that.
Is that okay with your dad that I said that?
He has. Well, he got up. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, he took
Yeah,
off.
yeah. He took off. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's supposed to I mean, it's shock value. It's supposed to tell audiences something about why nudity isn't cinema. It's supposed to tell the audience that you shouldn't be afraid of this, and there's a symbol behind it, and I'm saying it in German too. So they're supposed to uh, make their own their own interpretation of
The
it.
irony is that Germans don't really have a problem with nudity, right? So if you know that, like that some of your certain European countries, so cultures,
Mhm.
it's more of a Western kind of North American thing where like sexuality and nudity is more taboo. You can kill 100 people, and that's no that's totally fine, but you just can't have any nudity,
Right.
right?
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. And I think that uh, I'm trying to being a little bit too loud. I'm gonna move the when people when audiences like demand violence, they demand sex or nudity, or they whatever it is they demand that entertains them. Uh, I'm doing it almost in an intentional, purposeful manner to tell the viewer, you know, if this is the shock value you want, I'm going to give it to you. If this is the entertainment you desire and demand, I'm going to give it to you. And if this is the violence you like and the stunts you like, I'm going to give it to you. But at the end of the day, the question is, what does it mean? What does all the action violence mean? What does all the sex mean? What does the nudity mean? And when once the cavities continue to grow on the teeth, so imagination decays, the brain decays, and the brain is the consciousness that gives us the ideas to storyboard and tell stories. So when cavities grow on teeth, the foundation of the production, it it deteriorates, and we don't know how to appreciate art, and we don't know how to appreciate what a story is supposed, what a storyteller is supposed to do. The responsibility of the storyteller is to tell a story. Yet in a typical blockbuster movie, when people walk out of the blockbuster movie saying it was boring, it was junk, it was crap, it was too much CGI, too much special effects, there's no substance. Well, that's my point. Well, what is wrong with blockbuster cinema? Is there something wrong with blockbuster cinema? There's a lot of blockbuster films that are garbage. Why are they garbage? So uh, I believe in my art house production film. I point my finger and say, those things.
Gotcha. So there's a pretty big cast in the film. Who are all the actors? Like a different but first of all, they've seen the film. All the actors have seen the film.
They no, they had not. They have not all seen the film. Just
Yeah,
maybe a couple. Well, Andy Spada in the beginning. Maybe he has definitely seen it. Ariane Dondre hasn't seen it. Eli Jeffrey Zen is the actor in the dinosaur suit. He hasn't seen it. Uh, Nathalie Boyer, the actress from France, she hasn't seen it. Francis Allen, Peter Diaz. No, a lot of people in the cast have not seen it. The Caitlin Lachelle, the actress that shows her breasts, she has not seen the film. So they're in for a surprise when they do come to a premiere.
Oh, so when are you going to show it to them? You're just like when it shows somewhere?
I plan on showing it in Brooklyn. I'm just waiting on some confirmations for for some permission for screenings.
Yeah,
So
that's where you are right now in Brooklyn. Your
no,
family?
well, no, I'm in a place called Larchmont. I'm in Westchester County. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
yeah.
And your dad's there, and your sister's there. Anybody else there?
This is my dad and my sister. I live with my sister.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Your dad
Yeah,
just came by.
yeah. He's visiting from Florida. Yeah,
Oh, gotcha.
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Um, okay, so yeah, you're in the film too, right?
I am. Yeah, I'm all over it. Yeah. I've been acting all my life, so I wasn't gonna throw myself in the film, but I couldn't find someone during the pandemic to do the acting. So, my father told me just pay yourself. When the movie makes money, when you make money from this, just pay yourself. You do it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So so basically, what did you do before this film? Did you start making short? Did you make short films or?
A lot of short films, a lot of commercials, a lot of like YouTube videos, short films in film school. Yeah, that basically.
And you do like, yeah, you are. I guess you're a union actor too, right?
I am. I'm SAG. I'm in the Screen Actors Guild. Yes.
And you still do acting gigs from time to time?
Absolutely. I've worked on FBI, worked on Law and Order, worked on CIA, and I've done a bunch of I did a scene for Cameron Diaz's comedy Bad Day. I did Matt Damon, Ben Affleck's movie The Instigators. I believe that was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And yeah, an Office Romance, Jennifer Lopez is just coming out. I worked on that. So yeah, there's a lot of productions I worked on.
So then you learn a lot, I guess, when you're on set, right?
Absolutely. I'm learning
Yeah.
stand-in work. I do a lot of stand-in work. I did stand-in just 5 days ago for Lindsay Lohan's new show, Count My Lies. And I've done stand-in on CIA. It was a photo double. Done Poker Face season 2. So I pay attention to a lot what the crew does, so I can learn everything I do when I have a crew and continue to shoot more of my productions.
Yeah. So what's next for you?
A few things are next. I'd like to see, let's make it a blockbuster night. Get a distribution deal. If I can get a theatrical distribution deal, I'd like to do that and launch Persian Pyre Films, my production company, and get an LLC going so that I have the only Persian Pyre Films title, in the movie business. And I'd like to continue my web series. I filmed that during COVID, and I'm writing a new feature film. It's also art house, and as soon as I get the as soon as I see some kind of like results from Blockbuster Night, I'm gonna start moving forward. So that's definitely what's next.
But filmmaking's your thing, though, right? That's your like. That's your.
Stowe is start. I want to. I'm gonna learn the drums and join a band. Long Island heavy metal band needs a drummer, so I'm going to do that as well. And I like financing documentaries and financing music videos of other heavy metal bands, even directing music videos, for metal bands.
So you're like, it seems like you're a pretty big movie fan. Were you like always a movie fan growing up?
I think so. When I turned 22 and saw Blue Velvet from David Lynch, it really got me into cinema. I think it turned me into a cinephile, and well, I'm now curious to see what other cinema like Blue Velvet is out there.
Well, yeah, that's kind of arty in its own sense, I guess, right? So back
Yes.
way back when, yeah,
Yes, yes, yeah.
yeah, I remember it kind of creepy movie.
It is, it is. I mean, there's a lot of films from Fellini I haven't seen. There's a lot of films from Alfred Hitchcock I haven't seen. There's Ingmar Bergman. I'd like to look at his filmography. Akira Kurosawa. I haven't seen any films from him. I want to look into those. And there's some Spielberg films I'm behind on. I want to look at them. So I got a lot
What
of
film
work to
have you
do.
seen the most times in your life?
From Steven Spielberg,
No, any film. What's the film that you? What's the one film that you've seen the most times in your life?
I'd say Lost Highway. I saw it 7 times when I rented it from the video store, and I saw it
Gotcha.
7 times every day.
7 times every day.
Like I
So
didn't
when
skip
you
a
had it
day.
rented, people don't know. I used to rent movies to get it for a couple days, I guess, right?
Yeah, yeah, correct. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So you seem relatively young. So, but then I guess that but you're from that era, I guess, right?
I'm 43, so I was 22
Yeah.
when I saw David Lynch's Blue Velvet, but Blue Velvet came out in 86, 1987, 88, 80. I was born 82,
Yeah.
and I didn't know who David Lynch was until I turned like 19, 18. So, but there's a lot of filmmakers that I'm still like educating myself on that I don't really know about. There's, I mean, some Stanley Kubrick films I haven't looked at yet that I'm curious to see, like Lolita, like Doctor Strange Love.
No, you haven't seen Doctor
I
Strangelove?
have
Boy, you
not.
got to see
No,
that
no.
movie.
I'm yeah, sure it's a masterpiece. Yeah, I need to look at it.
That's up your alley.
I know. Yeah. There's some films with Terry Gilliam I still haven't seen, like Brazil. I want to look at that. And The Deer Hunter. It's a Robert De Niro. It's a Vietnam like war. I haven't seen
Michael
that.
Cimino. Yeah.
Yeah, Apocalypse Now, Francis Ford Coppola. I still haven't seen that. I'm behind.
Yeah. But you're like, yeah. So so people are just gonna have to take this film in and they're gonna interpret what they think, I guess, right?
Yeah, it's one of those. It's like standing ovation and walkouts. It's gonna be both. It's gonna people hate it that don't get it. It's not. Yeah, they hate this. This is crap. This is not a movie. And there's gonna
Yeah.
be people like, wow, bravo, masterwork. It's just one of those types of films. Siskel and Ebert hated David Lynch's Blue Velvet. They despised it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, Barry Lyndon, which I haven't seen that. A lot of critics hated it when that came out. Now Martin Scorsese says the critics can't stop talking about it.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
so you did the editing as well. You did like the sound, the editing. You did everything.
Yes, I did the sound design. I did the sound effects editing. Yeah, I did all the editing. That was the biggest. I love editing, but it's an utter headache. You have to take breaks, a lot of breaks. It's so many hours of work. It's a ton of hard work. So I well also there's a lot of booze. I drank a lot during the making of the film too, so that helped.
Gotcha. All right,
Yeah.
man. You seem to be like on your way. You seem like to understand that what this film's all about and what it
Well, actually, I
represents.
do look at it over and over, and I learn more about my own film each time I see it. So you're right, but I do learn. I've seen it my own film 14 times, and each time I look at it, I'm blown away by it, and I'm like, "Whoa, what the F?" I'm I I'm maybe this scene, this shot, this color. I'm hit by something again. So I learn something new each time I experience it and then look and view it. So
Gotcha. All right, man. Well, I appreciate your time. Your dad took off on you, but I
I was
hope you
making too much
enjoy.
noise upstairs. I was waking up my sister and the niece. I had to come downstairs. Yeah, that's my
Gotcha.
fault. Yeah,
All
you're
right.
Matthew, right?
Yes, Matthew.
Matt
Yeah.
Tough. Okay, it was great to meet you. It was fantastic questions, man. Appreciate your time.
Yeah. No problem. So let's talk again soon when you make your next film.
Hell yeah, man. Matthew, thank you.
All right. Have a good one.
Good night.